Hello, my lovelies, and welcome to episode 7 of
Some Like It Raw.
Yes, we are wearing bikinis today.
Because where are we going?
We're gonna go to the beach, and we thought we could get dressed and do a podcast, but we could also not.
So why not?
So here we
We're
are.
beach ready,
Beach
especially
ready.
for you.
Limited amount of makeups, excuse the face.
She still looks
But I've got
beautiful.
tits on show to make up.
She does.
What are we going to talk about today, my love?
Well, today the subject is, if you remember, is good sex linked to liking the person?
Oh, well, that's 1.5, isn't it?
It is. So,
Is it?
I have been thinking about this and I'm torn. I'm undecided because I have had multiple different experiences with different people, some of which I like, some of which I really don't like. Had good sex with both, and it's like, why? So it's like, what is it? And I came to the conclusion, I think, but we're going to explore this, that liking someone definitely makes me like the sex more.
Yes.
But if it's good sex and I don't like them, it's just fucking good sex.
For me, the emotional factor comes into play,
Mhm.
and how comfortable I am with that person comes into play, because the more comfortable I am, it's because we've been seeing each other longer amount of time, so
Which means
there
more
will be
a connection.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think back. Have I mean, when we say like,
I mean, just like have some sort of emotional connection. Like, it doesn't have to mean you're in love. But I think that's a different level.
yeah,
But like, genuinely liking the person and being into them and there being a connection.
yeah. I haven't, that I can think of, I haven't had sex with an arsehole. So I haven't.
What?
I haven't had sex with an
Sorry,
arsehole.
she's just gone into full lying
Anal.
mode.
Not with an arsehole that I didn't like,
Okay, yeah, fine.
because you've had sex with someone that you just don't like as a person. You're like, I don't like him as a person, but the dick is really good.
So I'm going back.
Exactly, and one of my nearest and dearest has been in that type of setup for 2 years
Oh,
of having sex
no,
with someone. That's all they do. Don't go out for dinner. It's just a fuck buddy. But she doesn't like him. She thinks he's an absolute cock, which is literally what he is to her.
Yeah.
I've never had that. I've had guys who were assholes, but I didn't think they were an asshole. Like, to me, they weren't an asshole as per se.
Well, you knew they were an arsehole, but you still kind of like them.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And there's assholes who do it with malice, and there's assholes who are just dumb or just not,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
The last, I mean, I haven't been in love, capital letters, for a long time. So the whole love-making thing, it's just a vague memory, really. But I've had passionate sex.
Yeah, and I think that you don't have to be in love to make love. I think the difference between fucking and making love, if you're going to have to label the two, I don't think you have to be in love to make love.
Yeah.
You just need to have that genuine connection and really like the person.
Yeah. For me, it's physical attraction.
Yeah.
And I know that's going to make me sound just really shallow. I know, and hands up, I am when it comes to men. What can I say? Hence why I'm single. Hence my very poor choice of men in the past.
Yes.
But it's because I want to, like last night I was having dinner and my ex-lover was there and I could just see him walk around the room and he was just like oozing this sexual, like,
To
and
her.
to a lot of people. Believe me, he was turning heads. But his smell, it's a smell for me. I remember an ex-boyfriend of mine I was with when I was in London. He had this patch of skin between his neck and his ear that always, no matter, he could have just been at the gym, he could have just come out of the shower and he just had this patch of skin there, it just had this scent. And that would get me going. I mean, like I was ready. DTF.
Smells are definitely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
100%. Like, if someone smells good, that is instant, like, oh my god.
And it's not even about their perfume, it's
No.
about
the natural scent,
you know, and you can
someone oozing testosterone, you're like, oh, okay.
And then they leave and the pillow, the bedding smells of them, you're like,
yeah,
where's my vibrator?
Yes, exactly.
Let me go again by myself thinking about him. So no, I don't. The question is a vague one because
it is.
To what point are we going into the liking? Because I wouldn't fuck someone that I didn't like.
No, I know.
Anyway,
same.
to start with.
But for example, so recently, I slept with someone. Well, not that recently. I slept with someone that I liked. I thought we had a really nice connection, and I kind of knew he was a bit of a cunt, which, you know, it's kind of my type. It's kind of what happens. It's kind of why I'm still single as well. But there was a connection there. I liked him. We had sex. The sex was really good. Then I started to realise he was a bit more of a cunt than I thought, and I didn't like him like I did in the beginning, but I still slept with him, and then the sex was shit. And I don't know if it was because the sex, was it different? I think the sex was different because the relationship dynamic had changed, because he became, I just wasn't into it.
Yeah.
But then, after a period of time, we slept together again, and because then it's just sex, I know he's a cunt. I don't want anything else from him.
Got it. Because initially you were open to it being something else.
Exactly.
And then realising he was a cunt made you take a step back.
Exactly.
And that's where
But then when it becomes just sex, the sex is really good again. But do I like him? No, I don't.
Like, yeah, it's just cunt.
Just a cunt. Good in bed. What can you say?
I get it. But I have this problem because a lot of people, a lot of my friends always go, well, you've just got a type, and you know, you can't continue to do the same thing and expect a different result.
Yeah, definition of insanity.
Exactly. And I get that, I really do. But again, going back to me being a bit shallow when it comes to my partners, if I'm not really attracted to them, I'm not even going to have sex.
Yeah.
I can't be like, nah, he's alright, he's a nice person.
Not in the beginning.
No,
I think if you
they
go
need
off
to
someone...
tick so many boxes.
Yeah.
It's just...
But I think that happens in the beginning. But then when you go off someone, you find yourself, you've done it yourself, you find yourself still sleeping with them, even though you kind of know you're going off them. And then it takes a while for that sort of mind-body connection to kick in and be like, I don't actually want to.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
But then once you realise that you don't want to, then it's like, no, she's closed.
Yeah.
Closed for business.
God, that's
shut.
And whenever I've left someone, my vagina was known before my head.
Definitely.
Most of the time.
Same.
Most of the time, my vagina's been like, no, and my head's been like, come on, we've been doing this for the past year or 2 years,
why don't you want to?
And then all of a sudden, she's just like, she knows.
Mm-hmm. They do
Before
Listen
the
to your vaginas, ladies.
Because if she's dry as fuck, you've either got an issue or you don't fancy your partner anymore.
Yes.
Those are the two options. But yeah, she always knows, and it's crazy how quickly it can just. You can just do it once and think, it's gone.
Yeah.
And can you recover from that? Well, maybe, like you said, if you change the
Sometimes.
dynamic and change it from being...
It takes time.
Yeah.
But then it's like, what's the point? But then,
It's just so complicated.
I was speaking to a close friend of mine who watches this podcast religiously. She's like, when is the next episode? Oh my God, I'm getting withdrawals. Love her. And she was saying that she had really good sex, probably the best sex she'd had, with a guy that she didn't like at all because she didn't give a shit.
But physically or emotionally or mentally?
Emotionally, mentally.
Okay.
Physically was attracted to him. But she didn't give a shit, like what she looked like anything. So she like let go a lot more, and they had amazing sex because she just didn't care. And I was like, okay, I kind of get it from that side of it as well.
Yeah.
But then what about when you do really like someone and the sex is not bad, but it's not amazing, not blow your mind sex? It's like, so this particular person is now married and has been with her partner a long time, and obviously the sex has got better over that time. But at the beginning, he required some training.
Which is fine.
If the connection's there and it makes you like average sex seem better because you really like the person,
Yeah.
do you carry on and are you willing to train them into it?
I mean,
Or
I do.
Everyone needs a little bit of
Yeah,
training.
of
So
course.
everyone's different.
But
But
that's what I was going to say. Everyone is different, and when it comes, very hot, isn't it?
I'm rather warm.
Everyone is different, and when it comes to how much you're willing to invest to have the good sex, if the key factors are there, so if you really like the person, if you're attracted to them, she can't do anything if you're not attracted to the person.
No.
That there's nothing you can
The
fix. There,
the attraction is either mental or physical or spiritual or all
but for
three
me,
or
it's
whatever.
always physical, which is
That's always your starting
Which is
point. For
the-
me, my
the
starting
other
point is always mental attraction. I have to be mentally connected to someone to want to have sex with them.
Yeah.
So they need to be intellectual. They need to be funny. They need to tick certain intellectual boxes for me. And then I find them more physically attractive
after that.
after.
Yeah. No, I know, but
Whereas
for
you
me,
don't give them a chance if they don't look how you want them to look.
exactly, which is terrible because I'm sure there's many lovely guys out there that aren't ridiculously tall and tattooed and muscly. It's, you know, I'm sure there's loads of really nice guys who don't look like they've just, you know, escaped from jail.
But
yes,
unfortunately, normally the best sex is with those ones.
Exactly, but I am, but it's the power thing as well.
Yeah.
Power,
When they've got that ego and they are a bit of a cunt.
and they know that they're good looking, and they know that they're good in bed,
Yeah.
and you're just like, please give me more. Please, puppy, can I have some more? But going back to what you were saying about willing, yes, the love of my life. He's very vanilla. We've spoken about him before, and I woke him up a bit because I made him feel comfortable and tried things that he maybe hadn't done before and that he wouldn't even have thought of doing, or asked him to give me a slap, or, you know, put his hands around my neck, and or just something like that. And
talk to me a little bit dirty.
exactly. And after a number of months, he did, you know, let his hair down, and it wasn't better. But because I was willing to spend that time and that it wasn't like, oh, first time had sex, it was all right, move on. It was like, well, I'm really attracted to him. He smells lovely. He smells so good. But he was short. So there we go.
He's shorter than you?
No.
What's your limit on height?
Me and heels.
Yeah, yeah.
Me and heels. Yeah, I like my heels.
You're a bit shorter than me. It's difficult. That should
5'5"
be mine.
I am.
I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
And I like a big heel.
Yeah.
I need a 6 foot man.
Strip heel. But you would consider not being with a 6 foot man?
If you look at the majority of my exes, most of them are about my height or a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. But it's because you're willing to see past the fact that they're midgets.
They normally make me laugh.
Exactly. Whereas I'm like, you make me laugh, you're a good friend.
Friend zone.
Friend zone. Okay, next, the friend zone is like overflowing. Overflowing.
Guys trying to get out the friend zone like,
but wait. There's a bunch of girls who are like, he's lovely, and I'm like, he's such a good friend.
and you're like, he's so boring.
Oh, it's so annoying.
This is the thing, the lovely ones are boring a lot of the time. This is what we've spoken about before, like, we need that combination. We need like a bad boy that's not a bad boy anymore, that now is a gentleman.
Yeah.
They don't really exist.
Well,
Or someone with the ego of a really hot guy that is really hot, but we want him humble. Like, it's that balance that we both kind of want, but it doesn't fucking exist.
I think that I can compensate that, and I've been giving some thought to this recently.
Here we go.
I think what I like about the bad boy is their power and confidence.
Yeah.
And they're, you know, they just ooze it. They're like, you know, just fucking bad boys. But I think that what you gonna do? I think that a successful businessman would give me the same vibe.
Definitely.
Because it's just a confidence thing I want, because I'm uber confident, and
but let's say the
and
successful
overpower.
businessman with all this confidence comes along, but he's like a bit overweight, doesn't go to the gym, and he's your height. She's left the room. This is the problem.
It is a problem, but
Where are the successful businessmen that also have the time to train 6 days a week and keep themselves in perfect shape, eat brilliantly in their busy days to keep their businesses flowing and making lots of money?
Don't take drugs.
Don't take
Hardly
drugs.
drink.
Don't hardly drink. Where are these? This would be perfect.
In my head.
Exactly, this is the freaking problem. If there are any men that fit this description out there, please get in touch.
Please, I'm going to add a link below. Yes. I've heard they're in Sweden.
No, we've been through this. Boring Swedes.
They can't all be boring.
How many Swedish people do you know?
I'm going to find one. I know a few.
And how many of those are very boring? Yes. How many are not boring? How many would you consider dating?
One.
I mean, you did consider one.
Yes, and that was a mistake.
Exactly.
And he continues to confirm that it was a mistake every time I bump into him awkwardly.
Oh dear.
But there is one.
Tell me.
I'm talking to someone.
Oh.
I'm not having sex again.
She's also not masturbating.
Not masturbating because my off-topic, my hoo-ha has decided she doesn't want to collaborate.
Alright. It's a business deal between her.
She doesn't want to collaborate unless there's some heavy machinery involved. And I've told her, listen, going back to school, going old school, alright?
Back to basics.
There's no machinery, it's just you and I, girl. And if we can't do it together, we're not going to do it. So I'm
on the old school.
Exactly, I've even cut my nails down. Just in
commitment.
anticipation of the moment when she's like, please, I can't take it anymore, flick me. Just flick me.
You're like, okay, we're in business.
I'm ready to go. Back to topic, I have been speaking with someone.
Tell me about it.
Who is this person? He's not my usual type, but I met him at a restaurant and he walked in and my friend Vera went, man for you just walked in.
Good old Vera.
And I was expecting it to be someone who's just escaped from jail and
Yeah.
was having his first dinner out. But it wasn't. So very tall, very handsome, older gentleman, not a visible tattoo in sight.
Oh wow.
I know, and Sweden.
From Sweden.
Chung chung chung. Yes, so we've been chatting for a few weeks.
And have you been falling asleep mid-conversation or?
No.
Oh wow.
It's very interesting. And I am still interested in him.
I'm impressed.
Even though, never guess what he trains.
With a paddle.
No, he's
CrossFit. He's a CrossFitter. She's against CrossFitters. I like a CrossFitter.
He's really into CrossFit.
There's nothing
And he
wrong
sends
with
me
that, my
videos.
love.
He sends me videos.
Do you actually watch them?
Of course I do.
Oh, well done.
Multiple
Did you used to watch
times.
the CrossFit videos that I used to send you?
Yeah, of course.
Hmm.
I did, just to make sure that you hadn't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, oh God, don't do it. Oh, just lift slower. Drop the weight, lift slower.
Okay, so
Yes.
he's into CrossFit
He's into CrossFit.
and he's Swedish.
Yeah.
I shall be ringing around the boxes and finding out who this is.
So the reason I'm telling you all this is because it
Breaking
just
the mould.
goes to show that that it is possible to break the mold, and maybe something nice will come.
You've been putting that in the universe, like she's been saying to the universe, I'm ready for love.
Yeah.
Which I never thought I'd hear her say. And I'm quite proud, to be honest.
The heart is it here?
I'm not sure she's ready for love, but you know, I definitely think we should be open to the idea and entertaining options.
I'm ready to be loved.
Yes. And you deserve to be loved.
Thank you very much.
She's very lovable. As am I.
I am ready to feel something.
Oh, I'm going to fall off my fucking chair. Are you alright?
It's just very hot in here.
It's very hot in here. But Jesus Christ.
It's very hot in here, but I am ready. So there we go. So I will keep you guys updated. He is maybe coming over at some point soon. So I will keep you all posted.
Maybe we should he could come on as a guest appearance.
Can you imagine? Bless him.
What did it take to break Victoria Cooper? Who melted the black frozen heart of Victoria Cooper?
Even wearing red.
I know. Colour of love.
Love is in the air. Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. He's let's see.
So next time then maybe we'll be able to discuss, we know you like this person, maybe you'll have had sex.
Yep.
So maybe we'll be able to see if the sex was good because you liked him or if it was just good or whatever. So
yeah.
Good, we can have a little experiment ongoing.
I'm glad my sex life is an experiment for you guys.
Well, mine's non-existent, so one of us has got to be doing something about it.
Madness, right? So are you no longer having intercourse with anyone?
No, nobody.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad. I feel like we both need to stop going back to easy options of the past, because if it didn't, and
we're not going anywhere, it's not going
exactly
anywhere.
And we had the same conversation about me in August,
yeah,
where I let myself go and have, lost my virginity to one chap, and then had to go my re-virginity. I swear I had a hymen. I swear it broke out.
Because you were traumatised.
Then
I
just had to go back to a certain bet. Is that what you call it?
A safe bet.
A safe bet. I had to go back to safe bet, and it's just silly because you're just going back to something that just didn't work anyway. Oh, but he's so hot. He's so hot. He's very attractive, but
we know that that's not the be all and the end all.
Exactly. So
I also had, actually, in my experience, I dated a guy that I lived with before I slept with him. We had told each other we loved each other before I slept with him. That's how long it took to sleep with him.
Oh wow.
And the sex was shit. But
did you love him?
At the time I thought I was in love with him. Looking back, I'm not so sure.
Okay. But there was some love there.
We were together for 3 years.
Wow.
And over time, the sex got better because I was patient and was willing to teach. But I think some people think that if you love someone, that's enough. It's not.
It's not.
It's definitely not.
But people who say that, normally people who don't enjoy sex, that don't know how to pleasure themselves.
Yeah.
So it's all going back to how we normally end most of our podcasts, which is
the importance
need to know yourself.
Of touching yourself.
Because we can
without heavy machinery.
Because we can turn around almost any situation in bed.
Yeah.
Unless it's really bad.
Yeah, unless it's awful.
Or 20 seconds, or, but we can normally turn it around if you know what you're into.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes.
Most times.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've also had experiences where I really liked someone and the sex was good, but it just wasn't like...
mind-blowing.
And he just didn't fuck me hard enough.
Well, there we go, she said it.
And no matter how much I tried to make him fuck me harder,
can't believe
and I really tried, he just didn't.
Why didn't you get on top?
He was... Yeah, but sometimes I want to be fucked. I was on top quite a lot, and that's fine, but sometimes I want to be fucked. Bend me over and fucking grab my hips and fuck me hard. Why is that so difficult? But he was
just love you? Did he just love you so much?
He was so in love with me, and he was so gentle, and he was such a nice guy. Yeah. Probably one of the only really genuinely nice guys I've dated.
It's like you're describing your dog.
Yeah.
Harvey. He loves me just so much.
So soft and gentle.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. But I've had that with my Vanilla, the love of my life. He adored me and loved me so much. It was like, just didn't want to hurt me.
Yeah.
I was like, please just pull my hair. Please. Just grab my hair. I'll pull it myself. Come on.
I tied it up in bunches, ready for you to grab hold. Just take me by the hair.
So sometimes too much love
can then
ruin it.
Okay, so then the best sex that you've ever had, has it been with someone that you've been in love with, or someone that you've just has been a fuck buddy?
Oh, that's a hard one to answer because I've had a lot of good sex. I have I've always felt something for the person.
Okay.
So my ex-lover, you know, we get on well.
Yeah.
He's funny and silly and goofy, and we get on. I like him as a person. I don't like him as a boyfriend, but I like him as a person. Like, he's just silly and stupid, and you know,
doesn't meet you.
Exactly, but we have a laugh, and so I like him. There's you know, if something were to happen to him, I would be upset.
Yeah,
exactly. Not after the message that I've just got now. Just got a ridiculous message saying that he has diarrhea. Not that I needed to know that,
and it was really hard.
It's really hard. I'm like, you talking about your dick again? I was like, no, 40-degree temperature. I'm like, oh god, man flu. And then with Fuck Buddy that I had in London, I really liked him as a person. He was a super sweetheart. But when we had sex, he would switch. He would turn into this like monster in bed. But he was super sweet on the street, and then a freak in the sheets. So I've had good sex. I can't say that I've had any bad experiences apart from a few one-offs here and there.
But those ones where you're talking about you've had the good sex, there are people that were casual things. You liked them, but they were casual. You weren't in official relationships with them.
No, but I've had good sex. I mean, when I was married, that was really good sex. We were both young and discovering sexuality, and we were, you know, toys and drugs.
Yeah,
and,
that age as well, like experimenting and
like
learning what you like.
Early 20s, and we were like, you know, pushing each other's boundaries constantly. We had a really, really good sex life. That is one of the things that kept us together, I think, for 6 years. Was that we were just, it was never boring. It was never like, oh, let's just have sex.
Okay, so could you be with someone if the sex wasn't good and it wasn't getting better?
I don't think so. I don't think so. When I am in a relationship, I'm very sexually active.
Yeah.
And if I'm not, then we're just friends.
Yeah.
Because I do have a lot of guy friends, and there needs to be a difference there.
Yeah.
Because my guy
what
friends.
What differentiates you from a friendship to a relationship is sex.
Exactly.
If you're not having sex, you have a friendship.
Yeah. And my guy friends, like I said, I've got a lot of them, and we go for dinner together, and they'll put their arm around me and they care for me and check up on me, and so they do everything a boyfriend does apart from fuck me.
Yeah.
Because
they're all in the friend zone.
Well, no, maybe they don't like me. You never know. Maybe they don't want to fuck me. I don't know. For whatever reason, we're in friend zone, but. That's why I need this good sex life, and because I am really sexually active when I like the person. And my last boyfriend, we were in a relationship for 9 months, and there wasn't that much sex there. And we had come from being very good friends, going out for dinner, doing the whole friendship thing for a year before we started dating.
Right.
So it's like a year of friendship and then 9 months of dating, but we didn't have a lot of sex. It wasn't based around sex. I didn't really like the sex, but it worked for 9 months because it kind of rolled over from the friendship thing. So we were just friends.
Companion as opposed to...
Yeah, exactly. And we travelled together, and we both like, you know, eating, and we just had a lot of joint hobbies and things that we liked. We were both into cars, you know, we'd go to like all car events and stuff together. But there wasn't a sexual explosion. I think that's the only relationship I've been in that the sex wasn't a key factor.
Yeah. See, for me, I think I've definitely learned over the years that if the sex isn't good and it's not getting better, the relationship won't last.
Yeah.
No matter how much I like the person. Because, like you say, it is the differential between friendship and relationship is sex. And no matter how much people can say, oh, it's not about sex, it's not about sex. Well, it's not all about sex, no, but it is a very important factor in a relationship.
Sex brings me intimacy.
Exactly.
It makes me feel closer to the person.
Exactly.
Vulnerable.
You connect on a level that you don't with anybody else in your life. Yeah. And it's so important that you have that connection that way to be intimate together. It's not just about fucking each other, it is about that connection and being close.
Yeah.
And it is so, so important.
And just that, naked, vulnerable. Then.
Exactly, vulnerable. Letting your guard down.
So,
letting your guard down.
After half an hour of this, what is the conclusion? Can the sex be good if you don't like the person?
Yes. And I think that sex can be better just by liking the person.
Yeah.
But I think the best sex is when it's good sex and you like the person.
100%.
Smashed it.
There we go.
Let us know what you think. Some of you already have, but we'd be keen to hear more opinions on this subject. And any of the other subjects. If you've missed any of our episodes, feel free to go back and have a look and let us know.
Write in the comments below. We do read all of the comments.
We've had, we actually had, I forgot to tell you, some requests of if we could do a live one day so people can interact and join in our conversation.
Oh, I like the lives. During the first lockdown here, because I've got my own channel, Victoria Cooper, which is to do with cars, and I used to do one a couple of years ago. I used to do a video a week, and during lockdown for 6 weeks we couldn't, and I did a couple of lives just to see, because I don't know why, a lot of my followers are from Australia and the States, because they're all
time of day is odd.
Yeah, it was really weird. So it was like all through Instagram and like, you know, what's the best time for you guys? And then we got to a time where everyone would have been awake. But some of the guys woke up at like 3 a.m. their time to join. But it was weird because it was a time where we were all going through the same thing, COVID, maybe at different stages, but the lives were really good and really interactive. So
maybe we'll think about doing that at some point in the future.
If let us know where you're from and time wise, like what day.
If you want us to do a live, let us know when is good, days and times, and where you are, what country are you in,
so we can plan that.
I can imagine we'll have lots of Swedish wanting to join us after today.
Listen, I am fighting and rooting for you guys, okay? Word on the street is that you guys are shit in bed and that you're very boring. And I am not
be proven otherwise.
Exactly. I am rooting for you guys. I was trying to say something in Swedish, but do you know anything Swedish?
I know some Swedish.
I was rude by the look on your face.
I know some dog commands in Swedish.
You care to say one?
For what do you want me to say?
Sit.
Like sit. Sit.
Oh, come
hit.
Come hit. Come hit.
Duk tequila. Good boy.
What?
Duk tequila.
Tequila?
Dukte.
Dukte?
Kila.
Kila. Dukte kila.
I think I'm saying that right.
Does any Swedes watching this?
You can let me know later if I said that right.
Whose turn is it?
Yours. What we got? We need some more subjects, I think, as well. If anyone has any suggestions, drop us a message. What are we getting next?
It's too similar.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't think we had a similar one.
It's not similar, it's just we've touched on the subject. I'll put that back in. Okay.
For a later date. She's so fussy, she always puts it back. What we got?
We may need someone to join us on this one.
Okay.
I don't know how we're going to do it, but I will try.
We'll make it work. What is it?
Mistress life.
Mistress life.
The life of a mistress. So the reason that that's in there is because I don't know why. I don't know if it's Marbella or if it happens everywhere around the world. But I've only ever lived here.
It happens more here, I think, but it does happen everywhere.
I think so. But I feel like a lot of men have the mistress based here.
Yeah.
And the wife back in their home country. So I know a few, and I will see if any of them will either tell us anecdotes that we can share,
or if anyone will be willing to join. Let's see.
Okay, right. We've got to go to the beach.
Yes, before the sun goes.
Before the sun goes down.
Just in case anyone was wondering, my house didn't burn down, and my dogs are okay.
Everywhere else burnt down.
Yes.
There's a lot of mountains. And
we lost 85 kilometres of land to that fire.
Man,
did you know that?
85 kilometres.
Crazy.
Woo! Well,
but
there we go.
We're regaining some sort of normality.
And you have a home.
I have a home.
And we're nowhere near the volcano. I keep getting messages from people.
However, if that does erupt, you know a potential tsunami could reach us.
Lovely. Well, that's something to look forward to, isn't it? On that note, we're going to go to the beach just to make sure we're as close as possible to the tsunami.
Yeah, we'll just wait for it. Yeah, it's going to be amazing.
Is that, was it Deep Sea? Was that the movie?
Oh,
in that beginning of the 2000s?
Shit one.
Where
it's literally just them at sea.
No.
Deep Blue.
No, it's not that one. Not with LL Cool J. Another one, I can't remember what it was called, but it was one of these 17,000 movies of the world ending, and there's two people and they're stood on the beach and the tsunami comes And they're just like, well, I can't go anywhere, so we're just going to look at the wave and then wait for it to crush us.
That'll be us.
That'll be us, shortly. Anyway, on that happy note,
yes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends.
Please.
And we will see you very soon.
Yes, you will.
Ciao for
Bye.
now, guys. Bye.